I've had 3 different satanic covens come against me since I've started walking with Jesus Christ. There's probably more now, but I mean, there's Freemasons in Texas that were astral projecting to my house. These witches were putting curses on my car, trying to at least, but I prayed over my car once I got it. They were astral projecting to my house. They were attacking me at work. That's usually when I get attacked the most, because I'm not inside my house, which is extremely protected by God and his angels. But, you know, I'll feel them. I'll feel the witches. I'll feel the witchcraft hit me and stuff like that. But, you know, other than that, it's never really serious.
Just like the Bible says, it's basically an intergalactic invasion into this space through people. I'm telling you, it's what all the ancients said, it's what they warned of, it's what we're dealing with. They're demons.
And the satanic cult and coven that's in this, hidden in this Christian church, lives like a Christian. Okay, not every one of them, because I wasn't, and I know of a couple other who weren't.
Repent now, repent now. A Secretary of State that has had sex in giant vats of feces. They have sexual rituals, some of the most ancient Egyptian rituals, where they believe they are possessed by entities, basically space aliens.
The minions of the evil one can travel through telephone lines. They can travel through cable TV. They can travel through the internet into your computer.
Repent now, repent now.
I used to worship this guy, okay? And I don't know if you can see it well on my camera, but you can have a look at this one here, okay?
They're frickin' interdimensional invaders, okay? I'll just say it, make fun of me all you want. Oh, God. I don't think I've ever laughed this hard on air. Oh, my God, it's so ridiculous.
Hello, you heathens. Man, do I have a funny-ass video for you today. Just a shout out to my Patreons. They make it possible for me to make these videos. So thank you very much. If you would like to become a Patreon, visit my Patreon page. Or you can make a donation through PayPal. Alright, now that the sales pitch is over, let's dive right into the batshit crazy zone. I hope you enjoy.
What's up, guys? This video is going to be all about witchcraft.
Oh, good. I was wondering what it was. Good thing I came across your video. Would you believe I almost looked into legitimate websites run by actual witches to find out how witchcraft works?
The word witchcraft is in the Bible only 3 times, according to my concordance. One is in like 1 Samuel, and the other one's in like 2 Chronicles, and the third one is in Galatians 5:20, where it talks about fruits of the flesh. And then the word witch is only in the Bible 2 times.
You're right. It mentions genocide, slavery, murder, and incest much more often than witchcraft.
And then one of them is in, I think, Deuteronomy, where it says, "Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live."
Yeah, that's the most common one. Odd that you are talking about what witchcraft is, and yet you chose this particular verse to use as an example. You also don't give any context or history of the verse, which seems odd.
I've had 3 different satanic covens come against me.
3 satanic covens? I thought you were talking about witchcraft.
Since I've started walking with Jesus Christ. There's probably more now, but I mean, there's Freemasons in Texas that were astral projecting to my house. These witches were putting curses on my car, trying to at least, but I prayed over my car once I got it. They were astral projecting to my house. They were attacking me at work. That's usually when I get attacked the most, because I'm not inside my house, which is extremely protected by God and his angels.
Freemasons are projecting through the astral plane into your house. They placed curses on your car? Maybe your car just needs a tune-up. Maybe you feel stress at your job and it's not witches. Stop blaming hidden forces for your lack of car maintenance and stress you feel at work. Grow up. You're a big boy now. Take responsibility for your actions.
But, you know, I'll feel them. I'll feel the witches. I'll feel the witchcraft hit me and stuff like that, but...
Oh man, why are you pissing witches off?
You know, other than that, it's never really serious. Never anything manifested in the physical.
Wait, nothing manifested in the physical. So how do you know they were Freemasons and not some other random group projecting themselves on the astral plane?
But it goes on, guys, and another thing you need to notice is that witches target Christians. Christians are the #1 target for witches.
All Christians or just certain ones? Are these certain Christians possibly bringing this upon themselves by lying about witches? Maybe your subconscious is tricking you because you feel guilty about trying to disparage them. Ever hear about thou shalt not bear false witness? It's written in a book somewhere.
Whether it's Satan worshippers, or Wiccans, witches, any kind.
Wait, I thought you were talking about Freemasons. You started talking about witches, then you switched to Satanists, then Freemasons, and now Wiccans. You know, maybe you should make it a point of differentiating between these groups. I mean, maybe try not to piss people off, especially if you believe they can travel through the astral plane.
Christians are the #1 target for a reason, guys, and that should spark interest in some of you.
You do realize you are talking about subjective claims, that you have been targeted by witches and Freemasons who are projecting themselves through the astral plane to somehow harass you.
Because you should note that why is it Christians and not any other religion?
Well, the day I come across a Buddhist, a Sikh, or any other adherent of a non-Abrahamic faith making videos about witches, I'll do a response. However, it's always Christians claiming this. I have asked the very same question in some of my video responses. Why are pagans, witches, Satanists, and occultists the focus of so many Christian videos? Why do they try and disparage us? Why do they lie? Why do they make up obvious nonsense? In fact, there are so many Christians making videos against us that I will never run out of videos to make responses to. So I have plenty of work ahead of me. Most videos by such people as Derek Prince, Bill Schnoebelen, Gregory Reed, and David Carrico claim we commit murder as part of our pagan sacrifice to some god. And this is absolute bullshit. At the same time, they claim we are pawns of Satan and that we control everything. They like to lump us together into some amorphous glob of evil. Even in this video, you claim witches and Satanists and Freemasons are astrally projecting and casting spells on you. Where's your proof? Where's the evidence? Who are the people involved? Show me on this, Dolly. Where did the pagans hurt you?
You know why? Because they're not worried about any other religion, because all the other religions are false and wrong and they're fooled. Satan only wants to deceive the ones who are on the right path, guys. So there's different levels of witchcraft. There's different types. I mean, you have the Wicca, the New Age mysticism, the different witchcraft religions, the commercial Satanism, the real Satanism. I separate the Satanism and the commercial and then the real because people who follow the Satanic Bible written by Anton LaVey, they have no idea that that's just a soft fabrication of what Satanism really is.
There are many forms of witchcraft practices. New Age practice, although it often gets thrown into witchcraft, is completely separate. People like you have to constantly move the goalpost, claiming that LaVeyan Satanism is not true Satanism, that some boogeyman or a satanic cult are running around completely undetected and unknown to law enforcement, mind you, most likely because they are controlled by the Illuminati.
So I'm just going to kind of just talk about the different types and the different levels. Because like I said, I mean, it's just titled different things, but it all comes down to the same thing. It's just demon, idol, Satan worship used with demon power. I mean, that's what it comes down to. So I'm going to talk about the black and white witches first because they're the most popular, well-known. So the black witch and the white witch. The white witch is pretty much just a witch who says they only use the energies of the universe to do certain things, and you know, they got the candles and they do the little seance and the little rituals to do whatever you need to do.
candles and seances. Okay, that's the extent of your knowledge? You are not going to break it down any further? You're not going to explain the differences between practices? Okay, it's your video.
Now, when you go to these witches, whether it's a black witch, whether it's a white witch, whether it's a witch doctor, it's always going to cost money. It is never free for a consultation, and it's never free for their service.
Sounds like you are pulling this from Hollywood's portrayal of witches. In defense of witches for hire, if you are going to ask a witch to perform a consultation session, divination session, or are asking them to cast some spell for you, yes, you're going to pay for that service. If you don't want to pay, then don't ask them for services. It's really very simple.
So when you go to them, you typically go to these people with a problem, seeking help, whether it's you want more money, whether you want to be with a certain person, or you want to be promoted at work, or you want something in your health to be improved. So let me start with the typical one where people will go and want money. Now, whether you go to a white witch or a black witch, it's both demon power regardless. So what will happen with a white witch is you'll just have to partake in this little seance ritual. It doesn't seem dark and evil, you know, they just kind of go through the motions and just say, okay, well, we're going to draw this on the paper, and they got the candles, and then you have to say, you know, like a little prayer or something with them and summon spirits and all this sketchy nonsense. And then you think it's harmless, and then when you go to these witches, depending on if the witch knows what they're doing, 9 times out of 10, you'll get what you want. You will get what you want. But it'll be short-lived, and it'll come with a curse attached. So you'll get whatever it is you're looking for, but you better believe it won't be the answer to all your problems, and you won't be happy. You might get the money you desired, but it might go fast, or you might start having problems in other aspects of your life. You know, and then if you go to a black witch, depending on what you want, you're going to have to do some witchcraft. You're going to have to partake in rituals. You're going to have to lie down in a pentagram. They're going to have to put stuff on you, or put charms in you and cut you, or just drip oil on you, and you guys have no idea what these Satanists do with this.
Who the hell did you go to, and for what reason? Why did they have you lay down in a pentagram and cut you and pour oils on you? Are you sure you went to a witch for hire and not a cheap 1970s horror flick?
With these potions and charms and items, because it's all witchcraft. It has, blood and sacrifice mixed in, and it's just disgusting what these people do, guys. You can really get powers from these witches and witch doctors, and no matter what, you can. But it comes with a price, guys. You will get heavily demonized, you will get heavily cursed, and your life will never get better. It will only get worse, no matter what. So there's the different levels of the witches. I kind of explained the black and the white witch.
Yeah. No, you didn't explain anything about black witches and white witches. You described almost all horror films about witches made in the 1970s, but you didn't explain anything about what witches actually do.
The witch doctors are more prevalent in Africa as well. Witch doctor is somebody you'll go to with a health issue, whether it's something wrong with an organ or an infection or a disease or something like that. Now, these witch doctors know what's up. They know that whatever your physical ailment is, it's caused by a demon, and it's allowed to happen by God because of our sinful nature and stuff like that.
If you have an infection or a disease and you're going to a witch doctor, you deserve what you get. Any true tarot reader or psychic or witch for hire will tell you to seek professional help.
So what the witch doctor will do is simply have you partake in some ritual or seance or something, or give you a charm or something like that. And really what all they're doing is taking the demon off of the organ that's causing you problems, whether it's, you know, kidney disease or heart disease or a lung problem or something, and they'll get the demon to release its grip on whatever organ's causing you problems, and the witch doctor will order that demon to go to another part of your body or another organ or something else. And it'll seem as if you were healed miraculously. And it won't be long until you start having problems in another aspect of your body, because you will never receive full healing unless it's from God.
What? Demons do not cause organs to decay. We no longer live in medieval times. You should consult a professional, licensed medical doctor about this. Demons and evil spirits are not the cause of disease. What the fuck is wrong with you?
So, that's the witch doctors, guys. I mean, the witch doctors, all they do is they have all these charms, and they have to use the charms, and they have little altars and, you know, stuff in their bedroom, and they have to do all this stuff, guys, and take baths and, like, in certain things and bathe with certain stuff. Like, it really runs deep, guys. It really runs deep.
I would hope they are taking baths or showers on a regular basis.
So, you got the voodoo priest, too. This is really, voodooism is really popular in New Orleans in America. If you think Hurricane Katrina was just a freak of nature, you're wrong. It happened to New Orleans because of all the witchcraft and voodooism that's going on over there. That's why there's the Mardi Gras that goes on. I mean, there is so much witchcraft and voodooism in New Orleans, it's ridiculous. Anything you've heard about, you know, the voodoo and the dolls and the pins and stuff like that, that's just the tip of the iceberg, but you better believe that stuff is real and it goes on. So, I mean, out there they got the Black Hat Club, the Witch's Ball. They got so many different covens out there, it's just ridiculous. And these people have no idea how dangerous it is.
What are you doing with your left hand?
Because when you're going down there in Mardi Gras and you're walking around with your beer and just lusting of the flesh at these women, you're just open targets, because these witches go around, they're just casting spells on everybody.
You are really starting to freak me out.
Putting demons in everybody, just wreaking havoc. You guys have no idea what you're doing. So, yeah, I mean, they got all these shops with the idols, with the incense, with the candles, with the, you know, symbols and hexes and jewelry, and it's just so prevalent in New Orleans, guys. You have no idea. And this stuff is real. It goes on. I mean, people who have partaken in it and know about it knows what I know, that I know what I'm talking about.
The people who know about it knows that you know what we know, and that we know you know that they know. You know?
So, and then you got the different levels of witchcraft. So you got the bottom level, the people who just, you know, use the Ouija boards and maybe the tarot cards, the fortune tellers, the psychics, the palm readers, the just the low level ones, the low level witches or whatever, who just practice that stuff for money or for women or men or for just stuff.
Ah, yes, all the witches who play with tarot cards for fame, money, and prestige.
To have nice things or whatever. They don't really operate on a deep level, but these are just the bottom level witches that I know of. And I know a couple, I've encountered a couple. So, then you got the next level where it gets a little deeper. Where these people are drawing the pentagrams and they're actually praying to Satan every day. They got the altars in their bedrooms or in their yard or in their house, and they have like a dedicated section to where they have their items and the candles and the charms around the pentagram, and they got the satanic readings and prayers or whatever that they do. And these Satanists, they'll say the Lord's Prayer backwards. That's one of them. And then, you know, they just got all these weird prayers and spells and stuff that they say. That's when they can start causing problems in other people's life. Now, there's a level right above that where it starts getting into the animal sacrifice, where they're putting blood in the pentagram, and if these witches are operating on a higher level and they know what they're doing, they can get demons to conjure into the physical, and they will speak to the demons, or the demons will tell them who they need to target and who to do witchcraft on, or the person will just tell the demon who they want to attack or cause whatever problem in their life.
That is incredibly specific.
Now, if you had a personal conflict with a witch, and say this witch operates on a powerful level, and that witch goes home and kills like a bird and pours the blood and the dead bird in the middle of the pentagram and conjures a demon and sends it at you, and you don't have Jesus Christ, that witch can do anything to you, even kill you. It can cause a fatal car accident to happen to you. It can cause you to have cancer, diseases. Can give you financial ruin, can destroy your marriages.
This is what superstitious idiots believe. They're so ignorant and gullible to believe any nonsense. This is exactly how the witch craze happened. People believing witches cause disease, cause impotence, and that witches gave them the evil eye. All this was based off no evidence, just accusation, no proof, no evidence, nothing. Just the superstitious belief that they were under the spell of some witch. So, my fidgety friend, where's your proof? What is your evidence? These are nothing more than baseless claims with no substance, like all the rest of your superstitious ignorant bias. Your car starts acting up because you neglected to take care of it, and instead of taking responsibility for your inactions, you turn around and blame witches. At work, you slack off, then feel stressful. Is that your fault, or just how work is? No. Of course not. According to your superstitious feeble mind, it's witches going out of their way to cause you problems. What a fucking ego. You're not that important, so stop blaming us for your superstitious fears.
There is satanic witch doctors that fast 40 days to break up a Christian marriage in Africa. And I'm sure it even happens in America too, but people in America are so dumbed down that they don't operate on the spiritual realm like they do in Africa. Now, you need to understand that these third world countries are in the state they're in because the land is cursed by God because of all the satanic witchcraft that goes on. You need to look at the bigger picture. Witchcraft is the reason for a lot of things, guys. It's the reason what created communism. It's what starts war. It's what causes these kids to go crazy and shoot up schools. This is caused by witchcraft, and these kids are being loaded up with demons, guys. You have no idea. That guy who did that movie theater shooting with the Batman movie, when you see pictures of him in court, he looks lost and confused. Because he was fully demonically possessed when he did that, and he was under MK Ultra mind control, guys.
Not that I believe any of the absolute nonsensical garbage that you were spewing forth, but I thought we were talking about witchcraft, and now you are saying that the theater shooter was under MK Ultra mind control, which is of course nonsense, but which is it? Which brand of conspiracy nonsense are you pitching? Is it the occult Illuminati demonic spirit control, or is it the CIA super elite Bohemian Grove mind control? Which brand of tinfoil hattery do you subscribe to?
If you don't think this stuff goes on, you don't understand the technology the government has. So they use witchcraft to their advantage. You better believe there's witches that are on high levels, 33-degree Masons, Council of 13. These people do witchcraft on the master tapes, on the music before it's produced for the masses and put in stores.
You are fucking insane. Why would they need to develop mind control such as MK Ultra when they could just use high-level 33rd degree witches to summon demons using bird blood and the pentagram? Why waste all those resources developing such technology? And MK Ultra, by the way, was a complete failure. That's why they dropped it. They declassified the documents and they are available for download. The link is below.
That's why demons can be attached to albums, and then they get into you through you listening to them and buying them and bringing them into your house, because nobody knows what they're doing anymore. Everybody's completely blind. So I mean, it gets real serious, guys, because there's witches that do straight human sacrifices, and these are like up there, guys. These are very powerful witches. When they get into the human sacrifices and they're pouring blood out and sacrificing animals to conjure up demons and to give demons power, because the demons need blood to have power to fulfill your wish, so to speak, in order to take out, whatever it is you want them to do. And, it just gets real serious and intricate.
Holy fucking hell. Just when I thought I had seen it all, heard it all, and watched it all, a new brand of batshit crazy is uploaded to YouTube.
So, they get, like jewelry and stuff like that is very popular amongst witches because there's power in it. There's demons attached to it. The turquoise. I mean, there's Satan witches that wear the cross around their neck because they're mocking the death of Jesus. And that's why Christians who wear jewelry and stuff like that, like the cross around their neck or whatever, I don't get why you're trying to be flashy, because you don't understand that witches do this to mock Jesus' death.
People who wear a crucifix are actually witches mocking the death of Jesus? Okay.
I don't know about you, but I worship a risen Savior. Jesus Christ is alive. I don't need to wear a necklace around my neck with a cross on it, symbolizing I believe Jesus. I gave him my entire life, and I follow him every day. And all you people who try to wear them as like a badge on your sleeve, like Jesus is to be something flaunted, you are probably not saved, because you are completely blind if you're doing this.
Well, good thing you were here to judge others and to tell them how wrong they are and how righteous you truly are. What a blessing you are to the Christian faith. I hope Christians cherish you.
I mean, you may not know, but if you watch this video, now you do know. So, I mean, it just runs so deep, guys. Like when you go to a fortune teller, for example, and they know everything about you, or they can come up to you and just tell you something personal about yourself or what you're struggling with. This is how it works, guys.
Oh, good. Finally, 16 minutes in, and we finally get to hear how witchcraft works. Good. I was hoping to learn how it works. Finally.
If you're approached by a witch, you won't know it, but if you're approached by somebody and they just be like, hey, you're struggling with sleeping at night, or you're struggling with this, or you're having this financial problem, and this complete stranger will tell you something personal about yourself, and you'll be completely blown away. You have no idea that they're using the spirit of divination on you, and that they're using the demons to communicate, because the demons in you can communicate to the demons and like witches who are operating with demon power.
Nobody approaches a random stranger and tells them that they are having trouble sleeping or that they are having financial problems. Walking up to a complete stranger talking about finances is a good way to get into a lot of trouble, if not beaten up or shot.
And then that's how they find out personal information about you. Like these fortune tellers who appear to tell you all these fortunes and stuff like that. It's just communicating with your demons. You don't think you have demons and you don't understand how it works. So you get lied to and you're sold into the lie. And you buy into the garbage and you get more demons. And it's just so serious, guys. I mean,
it sounds like a horrible, imaginary, vicious cycle, which could be used as a premise for a cheap psychological thriller.
The things that these witches can do is pretty much endless if you are not saved by Jesus. I mean, there's ones like if you watch the movie The Devil's Advocate, that movie is completely accurate. Completely accurate.
It's completely accurate? What the holy hell are you fucking smoking?
I would actually recommend you watch that movie, and even if you haven't, and if you have, watch it again, because that movie is the truth. And the part where the guy is putting a nail through the cow's tongue to keep the lawyer from speaking in regards to the person who was like suing him or whatever, that happens. That's real. That goes on. And like these voodoo priests, they can take a hair of yours, or somebody can get your hair and they take it to a voodoo priest. That voodoo priest will do a seance and put your hair on ice and like in their freezer or something, and your life will never go anywhere. And like if you're on ice, you would never go anywhere in life ever, and you will never know why until you come to Jesus and break that curse. I mean, this stuff is real. They can do, like, take something that symbolizes you and then put it in their, like, witchcraft closet or something, and then put something heavy over it, and then it'll be like you have a weight just weighing you down in your whole life. You'll never feel free. You'll never have that experience of feeling light or liberated, or you'll always feel held down. And you might just have witchcraft on you if you feel that way.
People feel stress. People's lives can go nowhere, usually due to their own laziness. Bad shit happens to people. It's not witchcraft. It's bad choices. Life can be crappy. You cannot blame all your problems on some scapegoat. You can't blame witches. And they already did this for about 400 years in Europe, and it didn't turn out so well.
So, I mean, those are just examples, guys, that I've learned. I mean, this stuff goes on. It is so real, guys. It goes even deeper than that. But I'm just going to, like, try to keep it simple so you have a basic understanding. I'll probably reveal more in later videos.
This video is titled How Witchcraft Works. And now you're telling us you will reveal more later? What you revealed so far is BS. No, not you, BS. This BS. You use imagery from bad, campy psychological horror flicks, fictional characters from a movie about the devil and other nonsense. Not a single thing you have said is explaining how witchcraft works.
But I mean, you can get anything you want from a witch. You can go and you can steal somebody's husband, you can steal somebody's wife, you can destroy somebody's life, you can kill somebody through witchcraft, you can give somebody diseases, you can ruin their financial situation, make them lose their job. It's endless. And you will not be protected from it if you do not have Jesus Christ. And since a lot of people don't, witches can go around and pretty much do whatever they want to anybody. And you better believe if you go to a witch trying to do some of this stuff, you will be cursed, and you will get demonized, and your life won't be any better. And you'll probably go to hell. So that's what it is, guys. If you're okay with paying that price, then whatever. But it's just not even worth it, guys. Because it's evil, it's wicked, and it's wrong, and it's satanic, is really what it is. You need to understand that you have to earn the right to talk to Satan. You will not just talk to him just because you say a prayer to him. You will have to earn that. I mean, people don't get it, guys. I mean, people are so dumb. They're playing with Ouija boards. If you're playing with the Ouija board, you're getting demonized.
What? Satan is a Christian concept based off mistranslations. Everything you said stems from ignorance and bad 70s horror flicks. Please, just stop.
And you have no protection from the demonic curses you're getting and attacks that you're getting on your life. And then people think it's funny because it's like, oh, you're communicating with spirits. You're communicating with demons, and they're just keeping you entertained and dumbed down. But there's spirits everywhere, guys. There's spirits everywhere. Angels and demons are everywhere all the time. But people don't realize it because they don't operate in the spirit realm. They don't understand the spirit realm. So it's just sad, guys. It's just sad. But I think that's pretty much it for the most part. You know, I'm just kind of like trying to cover the basics just to give you guys an understanding.
You didn't explain anything. You didn't go over any basics. Nothing you said has any basis in reality. It was pure nonsense. And you wonder why witches are angry with you? Maybe you should stop lying about them. And please stop using fictional horror movies as evidence. It's getting really old.
Because this stuff goes on. It's real. If you don't think it's real, you're just deceived and you have a strong delusion. So I hope that helps. Hit me up if you have any questions.
Hey Josh, how are you? I have a question for you. How do you know that witches or Satanists or Freemasons were projecting through the astral plane? Okay, I cannot spell. To harass you. How do you know that it wasn't just your imagination? Looking forward to your response. Take care, and I hope things go well for you. And post.
Watch the movie Devil's Advocate, because it's real, very accurate. And oh yeah, giving resources isn't really the easiest thing on this topic, but good people to study or get books from is Win Worley. He exposes a lot of witchcraft and how demons operate in all kinds of fashions. It's worth it because you receive very valuable information. And then Derek Prince is pretty good. I mean, he exposes demons, but there's still some witchcraft exposed in there. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope that helps. Be blessed in Jesus' name, and I'll talk to you next time.
That is the end of this video. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you in hell, you heathens.